There's a brutal, quiet sickness eating at the guts of the fund management world, and you know it deep down. Those fees, they don't just sting, they choke. They suffocate the raw potential of founders, investors, and leaders who came to the table expecting partnership, expecting alignment, and instead got a cold calculation that rewards volume, not value. The questions you've been too polite to ask. Can fund fees really be negotiated? Shouldn't they bend, twist, even break under the pressure of real performance? Or are we all just prisoners to a broken system that lines pockets while delivering excuses? Listen close, because what comes next is the raw truth, the path to ripping this nonsense apart and replacing it with something genuine, something that serves the future builders, the real general partners. First, stop swallowing the story that fees are fixed, sacred, untouchable. The 2 and 20? It's a stale relic, a prison chain, a pact born when information was scarce and markets were docile. Today, information is a weapon, transparency your cleaver. Fees can and must be fought for, not with polite conversations that tick boxes, with sharp edges, with an obsession to carve value out of tradition. Demand clawbacks tied directly to measurable, brutal KPIs, metrics that scream success or failure, not vague promises. Don't settle for watered-down performance fees. Insist on tiered hurdles, so high they only pay out when the fund smashes every expectation, scaling profits, scaling impact. Tie fees to absolute outcomes, limited to clear exit multiples, to real cash returns in investors' pockets, not paper valuations designed to inflate illusions. The game is no longer blind trust, but hard accountability. Now here's the secret. Most want to keep hidden. Negotiation is not just possible. It's necessary if you command a rare combination of conviction and leverage. Understand what makes you irreplaceable and wield it like a weapon. Are you the founder who fills a unique niche? The investor with a network impossible to replicate? The leader who navigates chaos when others freeze? Do not just show up expecting deals on their terms. You rewrite the negotiation table. Highlight your unique advantage, your rare insight, but back it with ruthless data. Show them what happens if fees don't match performance, the risk to their own capital, to their brand, their legacy. The few game-changing partnerships, they are built only where pain and promise collide, where gut decision meets ironclad numbers. But don't fall for the trap of thinking it's only about the money. Aligning fees with performance is about reclaiming control, the power to shape your destiny, to break free from a system that has tried to commoditize talent, to standardize risk, to punish brilliance with bureaucracy. This is not a polite reshuffling of chairs. This is revolution. Get ready to stop being the victim of inherited constraints, the borrower of other people's answers. Demand transparent reporting, real-time openness, dashboards that don't sugarcoat losses or hide risks. Fees should rise only when performance rises, never the other way around. Link carried interest to milestones that matter: product launches, customer growth, market share, not just the elusive valuation. This is about making fees a reflection of reality, unfiltered and raw. Here's a shocker. Few voices dare say loud. Sometimes the problem isn't the fund manager, it's the structure itself. What if you stop thinking inside the given frame? What if you push for funds structured like startups themselves? Agile, accountable, immediate. Imagine a world where general partners sweat under the spotlight of their own promises, where fees are clawed back mercilessly if performance dips or if failures aren't owned with brutal honesty. Demand fees that adjust quarterly or even monthly, tied directly to operational KPIs that founders live and breathe every day. You don't want to pay for hope. You want to pay for results. You deserve funds that shapeshift, that pivot cost structures to mirror reality in real time. Don't hesitate to build alliances within this fight. Network up, sideways, everywhere you can. Find those rare few tired of the old tune, investors who want real returns, founders who refuse to be fee fodder. Collective pressure breaks down walls single players never could. Make negotiating fees a movement, not just a line item. Easily dismissed fees can become your battle cry, the reason others join the fight. When you come together burning with a shared vision, the grip of the old rules weakens. Truth is, power always shifts to the connected, the complementary, the few who dare to break alignment with outdated systems. You don't need to accept the bluff. You can call it. You can fold it. One more brutal truth before this ends. Transparency without courage is useless. If you're not willing to walk away, to make the fight personal and fierce, nothing changes. The system thrives on fear and silence. They want you compliant, quiet, grateful for crumbs. Don't accept crumbs. Demand feast or walk. If your demands aren't met, start building alternatives. Fund models built by founders for founders, investors for investors. Look at platforms that already enable direct investment, that remove middlemen. Push for on-chain structures, performance-based smart contracts that execute fees automatically when returns exceed benchmarks. This is no sci-fi. This is happening now. If you don't back innovation with pressure, your negotiations may be just whispers fluttering in a storm. Remember, this isn't about just money. It's about freedom. Freedom from the legacy chains. Freedom to build on your own terms. As a general partner whose vision isn't sold, whose value isn't reduced to a number on a spreadsheet. When fees align with performance, trust follows, partnerships deepen, and everyone, founders, investors, leaders, can stop pretending and start winning. When you claim this freedom, you reshape reality itself. The general partners who dare to take this path don't wait for permission. They create it. They build the future not as subjects of a broken game, but as architects of a brand new legacy. One where capital funds the impossible, where the right connections unleash unstoppable momentum, where merit and truth carve the way forward. Stop buying into illusions. Demand the raw, the real, the relentless. Reshape your world starting with the fees, starting with your refusal to accept less than what you deserve. Align fees with performance, not tomorrow, today. The revolution is already here. You either lead it or get left behind.